talk more about the structure of U.S. democracy. And joining me now from Washington is political strategist Douglass Sloan. He is with National Capital Strategy. Douglass, thanks so much for being with us. We've seen, on more than one occasion, of course, a candidate clearly losing the popular vote only to go on to win the election. I mean, it's something that non-Americans really can't get their heads around. So first, if you can, explain the value of the Electoral College. If you think there is some value, how does it really serve the American people?
Well, it's an interesting concept that came about during the times of slavery when southern states were trying to make an effort to have as much say-so within the election as the northern ones. And many people make the argument that it's really outdated at this point. A true democracy means one person, one vote. Hillary Clinton actually beat Donald Trump with the popular vote back in 2016, but because of the Electoral College and the way the system is set up with states with winner take all, Donald Trump was able to win the election. So it really may be an issue whose time has passed if we are really interested in embracing true democratic values in this country.
Absolutely. You bring up 2016. She did win. Hillary Clinton won by some 3 million votes, Douglas, but the Electoral College vote was 307 to 227. That's a huge margin. It just doesn't make sense to so many people. Americans seem to be more accustomed to it. They tend to question it less and less. But if it happens again, do you think there will be an effort to change the system? And can it be changed?
Well, if it happens again, I don't know if it's necessary. If it happens in this race, say somehow Kamala Harris wins the popular vote but loses the Electoral College, well, quite frankly, as a Democratic strategist, I think we're all going to be in a lot of trouble at that point. Will it change? Will Trump change it? Absolutely not. Is it something that should be looked at even if Kamala wins? Yes, because if we call ourselves, although the United States is technically a constitutional republic, we pride ourselves on embracing democratic values and having the cornerstones of democracy. If we are a true democracy, then we really have to look at addressing this issue where it does not become one person, one vote, where we don't have that issue. Like you pointed out earlier, there in LA County, Los Angeles County has more people than 5 or 6 Midwestern and Western states over there. I forget the number, but we have population centers where the vote, a person's vote, simply does not matter as much as the people in some of these big states with a lot of land. And we know that land doesn't vote. But because of the way the system is set up, these states have just as much say-so as these big Midwestern and states that are in the mountain time zone have just as much say-so as extremely populous states like California, New York, Illinois, Florida, or Texas. And it really is unfair. So in my estimation, it's something that we should consider looking at. The question is, will we? Probably not.
Let's be honest, Republicans love the system because they have benefited greatly from it and somewhat unfairly from it then on more than one occasion. But Douglas, while I have you, let's look at some of the other issues according to your Democratic strategist expertise. First of all, what do you make of the last days of the campaign, the final push? Some said Trump actually went quite dark, while others might have argued Kamala Harris went too light, appearing on Saturday Night Live, for example. What do you make of how they managed the last crucial days?
I think Kamala did a fantastic job. She went out and reached voters where they normally wouldn't see her. Appearing on Saturday Night Live is going to touch a lot of people that would not maybe get knocks at their door or go to one of her campaign rallies. The Democrats have a ton of surrogates right now that is really working in their favor. A lot of money to spend, not just on the presidential race, but also on the Senate and congressional races. So I think Kamala did a fantastic job of bringing this all home and really focusing on these swing states of Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin, where the race will be won. Trump on the other side, yeah, he got a little crazy there, not just from the debate when he said that, they're eating pets, which was totally false. And even the Republican mayor and the governor of the city, the Republican mayor of the city and the governor said it's not true. But then he started making other claims. He really leaned hard into the weird, I guess, trying to reach out to some of his base. But Trump doesn't need his base to turn out. His base is going to turn out no matter what. He needs to move to the center to try to get voters that are on the fence. He needs to get some independents, and he showed no evidence of doing that. Whereas Kamala ran a campaign by the book of reaching out to touch all voters, saying that I will be a president for everyone. I'm not going in there with a hit list into the White House. I'm going in with a to-do list, and I will be a president for everyone. So that message really resonated and created quite the contrast with Trump's message of saying he wants to suspend the Constitution and he's going to bring back generals that are retired so he can court-martial them and all the other crazy stuff he was talking about. Yeah. Trump has to remember that most of America is right down the middle, very moderate. So that type of message isn't resonating with moderate voters.
Not with moderates, but with his supporters, they still love it. Douglass Sloan, Democratic strategist, great to have your analysis. Thanks so much for being with us.